What if I told you there's a single number that Kevin O'Leary looks at that can predict whether an entrepreneur will make millions or go broke? What if the difference between $1,000 business and $1 billion empire comes down to just 12 decisions? And what if the richest investors are hiding these secrets in plain sight? Kevin O'Leary, worth over $400 million, has cracked a code that 99% of entrepreneurs never discover. Here's the question that will haunt you. Are you making the same mistakes that kill 9 out of 10 startups? Or do you have what it takes to think like a shark? What's the one thing that Kevin O'Leary can tell about your business in just 90 seconds that reveals whether you'll be rich or broke? It's not your product, it's not your passion, it's not even your sales numbers. So what is it? Here's something that will shock you. Most entrepreneurs celebrate their first $100K month, their first million in sales. They think revenue equals success. But Kevin O'Leary sees something different. He sees a pattern that predicts failure with terrifying accuracy. 90% of businesses that focus on this one metric end up bankrupt within 3 years. What are they missing? Picture this, you have $1 million in sales, you're posting on social media, celebrating, calling yourself successful, but Kevin O'Leary looks at your business and immediately knows you're about to fail. How is this possible? What does he see that you don't? The secret lies in something Kevin calls the king of all business metrics. It's so powerful that understanding it can turn a failing business profitable overnight. But ignore it, and even $1 million business will crumble. What is this mysterious metric? Cash flow. Kevin O'Leary says, cash flow is king. I don't care how much you sell if you can't keep the cash. Think about it this way. You could have $1 million in sales, but if your costs are $1.2 million, you're bleeding money. Here's the $1 billion secret. Track every dollar coming in and going out daily. Create a cash flow forecast for the next 13 weeks. Know your burn rate. If you can't tell me your cash position right now, you're not thinking like a billionaire. How did Kevin O'Leary's own mother become wealthy without ever starting a business, without any special knowledge, and without any insider information? And why does Kevin say this one simple habit is more powerful than any business strategy? She wasn't a CEO, she wasn't an entrepreneur, she worked a regular job her entire life, but she did something so simple, yet so powerful, that it turned her into a millionaire. Something that most people dismiss as too basic or too slow. What was her secret? Here's what's shocking. She started with almost nothing, no trust fund, no inheritance, no lottery ticket, just a regular paycheck. But by the time she retired, she had built wealth that most entrepreneurs never achieve. How is this possible? Kevin says this strategy is so powerful that if you start it today, you'll be wealthier than 90% of entrepreneurs, even if you never start a business. The math is so simple it's almost insulting. What is this wealth-building secret? The 20% rule. Kevin O'Leary's mother built wealth by consistently investing 20% of her paycheck for 62 years. Here's the magic. If you invest $500 per month at 8% annual returns for 30 years, you'll have over $680,000. But you only invested $180,000 of your own money. The rest is compound growth. Before you spend on anything, rent, food, entertainment, pay yourself first. 20% goes directly into investments. This isn't just saving, it's building your investment war chest. Why does Kevin O'Leary reject 9 out of 10 deals on Shark Tank? Is he being mean? Is he crushing dreams for fun? Or does he know something about making money that most entrepreneurs completely miss? Picture this. An entrepreneur walks into the tank with a business that could make millions. The product is great, the market is huge, the sales are growing. But Kevin walks away. Why would he turn down millions of dollars? What does he see that makes him say no? Here's the terrifying truth. Kevin could make money on most of these deals, but he chooses not to. He has a secret filter, a mathematical rule that determines whether he'll make millions or billions. Most entrepreneurs don't even know this rule exists. What is it? This one number is so powerful that Kevin would rather make no money than make money without it. He's walked away from deals worth tens of millions because of this rule. What number is worth more to Kevin than millions of dollars? Return on investment. Kevin has a rule. If your business can't generate at least 15% annual returns, he won't touch it. Here's why this is brilliant. By being ruthless about ROI, Kevin makes more money with less risk. Would you rather have 10 investments that each make 5% returns, or 3 investments that each make 20% returns? Every decision you make should be measured by ROI. New hire? What's the ROI? New software? What's the ROI? This mindset separates the wealthy from the broke. What did Kevin O'Leary do that saved him $500,000 in just 90 days? And why does he say this decision-making skill is more valuable than any business degree? Kevin once invested in a company that was burning $50,000 per month. The product seemed good, the team was passionate, and everyone believed they just needed more time. But Kevin saw something that nobody else did. Something that made him make a decision that shocked everyone. What did he see? Most entrepreneurs would have said, let's give it 6 more months. Most investors would have thrown more money at the problem. But Kevin did something that seemed heartless, but was actually genius. His decision saved him $500,000. What was it? This decision-making framework is so powerful that Kevin says young entrepreneurs should spend 24 months learning it before starting any business. Those who master it increase their probability of success by 300%. What is this billion-dollar mindset? Fail fast, fail cheap. After 90 days, Kevin's investment wasn't improving. He said, pull the plug. If an idea isn't working within 90 days, kill it. Don't get emotionally attached to a sinking ship. Set up failure milestones. Specific metrics that, if not met by specific dates, trigger an immediate pivot or shutdown. Billionaires don't throw good money after bad. They test, measure, and pivot ruthlessly. How can social media build your empire in months, or destroy decades of work in minutes? And what does Kevin O'Leary know about social media that most entrepreneurs are dangerously ignoring? Kevin O'Leary says social media is a force that can build your brand or cancel you in a nanosecond. But here's what's terrifying. Most entrepreneurs are using social media in a way that's sabotaging their success. They think they're building their brand, but they're actually destroying it. How? Every post you make is either adding to your net worth or subtracting from it. Every comment, every share, every like is either building your empire or tearing it down. But most entrepreneurs have no idea which posts are making them money and which are costing them millions. How can you tell the difference? Kevin has a secret social media strategy that turns every post into a business weapon. He doesn't just post random content. Every single post serves a strategic purpose that builds his wealth. What is this social media money-making system? Strategic content creation. When Kevin posts about his investments, he's building credibility for his next deal. When he shares business advice, he's positioning himself as an authority. When he shows his lifestyle, he's proving his strategies work. Use social media as your free marketing machine. Share your wins, your lessons, your expertise. But Kevin's warning, if you wouldn't say it in a boardroom, don't post it online. One wrong move can destroy decades of work in minutes. Kevin O'Leary gets thousands of emails, hundreds of calls, and dozens of meeting requests every day. So how does he stay focused while everyone else drowns in information overload? What's his secret filter? Every day you're bombarded with information, market updates, competitor news, industry trends, social media notifications. Most entrepreneurs try to consume everything and end up paralyzed by analysis. But Kevin has discovered something that separates billion-dollar decision-makers from everyone else. Information overload is killing more businesses than lack of funding. Entrepreneurs are so busy consuming information that they forget to make decisions. But Kevin has a simple system that cuts through the noise and focuses on what actually matters. How does he do it? Kevin has what he calls the 3-question filter. This system is so powerful that it can turn a confused, overwhelmed entrepreneur into a laser-focused decision-making machine. What are these 3 questions? Every morning, Kevin asks himself, what are the 3 things that will move my business forward today? What are the 3 biggest threats to my business right now? What are the 3 opportunities I should be pursuing? Everything else is noise. Start each day by identifying your 3 most important tasks. If you can't complete these 3 things, you're not allowed to check social media, read news, or respond to non-urgent emails. Billionaires don't consume information, they filter it. What customer service mistake almost destroyed one of Kevin O'Leary's companies? And how did this near disaster teach him a billion-dollar lesson about reputation management? One bad review can now reach millions of people instantly. One angry customer can destroy your business overnight with a single social media post. Kevin learned this the hard way early in his career. One customer service issue almost ended everything. Back then, unhappy customers could only tell a few friends. Now, they can tell the world. Every customer interaction is a potential viral moment. Every email, every phone call, every social media comment could be screenshot and shared with millions. How do you protect yourself? Kevin's near disaster taught him to treat customer service like reputation insurance. He developed a system so powerful that it doesn't just prevent negative reviews, it turns critics into advocates. What is this reputation protection system? The 24-hour rule. Respond to complaints within 24 hours, not 48 hours, not when you feel like it, 24 hours. But here's the genius part. Don't just solve the problem. Turn critics into advocates. Give them more than they expected. Go above and beyond. A customer who was angry but got exceptional service will tell more people about you than a customer who was just satisfied. Why does Kevin O'Leary call his investment portfolio a chicken on a spit dripping cash? And what does this weird metaphor reveal about the difference between being rich and being wealthy? Most people build one business, sell it, and then try to build another. But Kevin does something completely different. He builds multiple businesses that generate passive income simultaneously. But why? What's the advantage of this approach? Here's the shocking truth. Kevin's family lives off the yield his assets generate, not the assets themselves. He never touches the principal. The money keeps growing while he lives off the income. How is this possible? Kevin has a mathematical formula that turns $100,000 into millions without ever touching the original investment. This compound growth strategy is so powerful that it can double your wealth in 15 years. What is this wealth multiplication system? The portfolio chicken strategy. Instead of having one chicken you kill for meat, you have 10 chickens that lay eggs every day. You eat the eggs, not the chickens. If you have $100,000 invested in an asset that delivers a 5% return every year, you reinvest the payouts and double your wealth in roughly 15 years. Each business should feed the next. The cash flow from business 1 funds business 2. The profits from both fund business 3. This is how you build an empire, not just a company. What simple change increased Kevin O'Leary's cash flow by 11% without raising prices, cutting costs, or finding new customers? And why do most entrepreneurs completely ignore this profit booster? Kevin discovered that one thing happening inside his business was costing him thousands of dollars every month. It wasn't theft, it wasn't waste, it wasn't inefficiency. It was something that every business owner accepts as normal. But Kevin found a way to fix it. Every time this happens in your business, you lose money. But it's so common that most entrepreneurs don't even realize it's a problem. Kevin calculated that this one issue was costing him $75,000 per year. How much is it costing you? Kevin's solution was so simple that he couldn't believe he hadn't thought of it before. A 30% improvement in this one area led to 11% more cash flow. What is this hidden profit killer? Employee turnover. Every time someone quits, you spend money recruiting, interviewing, hiring, and training their replacement. If you pay someone $50,000 per year and they quit, it costs you $15,000 to $25,000 to replace them. Kevin's solution: pay slightly above market rate, offer real growth opportunities, and create a culture where people want to stay. The extra salary you pay is nothing compared to the turnover costs you avoid. Why did Kevin O'Leary, the traditional businessman, start investing in cryptocurrency? Kevin O'Leary investing in Bitcoin shocked everyone. This is a man who built his fortune on traditional investments. So why would he suddenly embrace something as volatile as crypto? What changed his mind? Kevin has a rule about diversification that protects him from any single investment destroying his wealth. Kevin's diversification strategy is so sophisticated that even if his biggest investment went to zero, it wouldn't destroy his life. The 60% rule. Never let one revenue stream be more than 60% of your income. If your business makes $100,000 per year, you should have at least $40,000 coming from other sources. What killed a company that had 50% year-over-year growth? Kevin once had a deal with a company that had amazing sales growth. Everyone thought it was a sure winner, but they made one fatal mistake that kills more startups than bad products or lack of demand. Kevin has a survival test that every entrepreneur must pass: the 18-month cash runway test. The company burned through their cash in 8 months and couldn't raise more funding. Why 18 months? Because raising money takes 12 months. Calculate your monthly burn rate, factor in seasonal variations, and add a buffer for unexpected expenses. What's the one question Kevin O'Leary asks before every business decision that separates million-dollar entrepreneurs from billion-dollar entrepreneurs? And why does this single question eliminate 90% of bad decisions? Kevin doesn't just think like a business owner, he thinks like an investor. This mindset shift is the difference between making thousands and making millions. But what exactly is the difference? How do investors think differently than entrepreneurs? When Kevin evaluates a business opportunity, he asks different questions than most entrepreneurs. These questions eliminate emotion and focus on mathematics. They turn gut feelings into calculated decisions. What are these profit-predicting questions? Kevin has one ultimate question that filters every decision through an investor's lens. This question is so powerful that it can save you from years of wasted effort and thousands of dollars in losses. What is this billion-dollar question? Would I invest my own money in this? If the answer is no, don't do it. This applies to everything: hiring decisions, marketing campaigns, product development, even office space. Remove emotion from business decisions. Love your family, love your friends, but don't fall in love with your business ideas. Be willing to pivot, adapt, or kill projects that aren't working. The market doesn't care about your feelings, it only cares about value. Now you know the 12 secrets that separate billion-dollar entrepreneurs from everyone else. But here's the final question. Which of these hacks will you implement first? The cash flow obsession, the 20% rule, the ROI ruthlessness? Your billion-dollar empire starts with the first decision you make after watching this video. Drop a comment below and tell us which hack surprised you the most. And if you want more insider secrets from the world's most successful entrepreneurs, smash that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Because the difference between dreaming about success and achieving it is taking action on what you've learned today.